This is for Walmart CEO Doug McMillan and the Walmart family. I just filed the civil rights on you and talk about what you said in 2019. You don't need my help. You just one person. You one person. Yeah, y'all one person. I have won the hearts of everybody around this world on different platforms. You one person. And for a CEO to have dishonesty and laugh and lie for what they stand for because you don't want to listen. You, the one, talk about leadership. And y'all all get together and y'all talk about leadership. But leadership, listen. And you don't got that right now, Doug McMillan. You don't have that. You and your CEOs don't have that. Now talk about facts. I'm not going to keep talking about on different topics that already explain different topics and keep explaining the situation here. But you one person, one lady, and one lie coming from your store office. But Charles and Jeff, and just because they got a couple of bad managers, you make it bad for others because you projected, you put your faith in a line store manager and everybody. That's your faith. But you're about to ruin it for everybody else because you're stuck in your head by listening to your black employees and your liars and your family and your lies that you put in charge in your store. But that's the way you do business. But when I was working on your clock, Doug McMillan, jealousy with your employees, God said, open your eyes. Open your eyes. You see, open your eyes, Doug McMillan. See, a man can talk, but God said, I'm greater than you, Doug McMillan. The Holy Spirit is greater than your lies. You can sit up there with Joe Biden, can talk the talk and walk the walk. But God said you can't see the Spirit. You see, tell me what you saw when you had all the time to look at that clock. And I gave you enough time to look at your clocks. Tell me what you saw out of James and Xavier and them and your management. I want you to see the Spirit real well and tell me what you saw. Watch me interact with the customer and how Xavier act. Action when my old family member come in there, like Sabina's uncle, family member come in there and hug me, say, Hubert, we miss you. Tabitha and them comes in there. Tell him to tell the truth. Tell James to watch his spirit. Watch his mindset and his spirit. Tell him to watch it. See, the understanding of that, that and that still screaming to understand it. But understand it, tell him to watch it. Tell him to speak the truth about what you stand for. And I saw your spirit, your employee jealousy in their spirit. Tell him to speak the truth. Tell Jessica manager, he got mad and said, you say I ain't friendly with everybody of me talking to customers. Tell him to speak the truth. Stop being dishonest. Tell him when I started doing my job in the deli, you make me sick coming to work. You still coming to work? Tell Jessica to speak the truth. You see, he can lie. Tell that Mexican guy that was on the scrubber that intimidated me on the scrubber. But you the liar, right? You the liar, what you stand for as a CEO. But everybody look up to you. Look how you handle yourself. But I have something that you don't have. I have God and I have the Spirit. But you lie, right? But you can sit up there with Joe Biden and Trump. What happened when I called you when I was on the clock? And I left the answer machine when the employee was missing. But tell him to tell the truth. Tell your jealous manager that Jessica, what he said when I was on the floor. If he become that manager, I'm quitting, right? But in a customer, I'm standing outside the deli. I'm standing outside the deli, and I'm working with my robe on, and I'm looking at my coworkers from outside the deli. And I said something out loud. I said, Jessica should think before she hired people. And you know what that customer came up and just popped on me? She beautiful as hell. Hubert, you right. But you the one that's the problem. You the one that loses out. See the difference? I'm not going to let you make it bad for others as a CEO because the people that I work with, Grizz is a good person. A couple of other people that I work with at the Benders, Coca-Cola. There's so many people that I work with. People in the stocking position want to be. You know what, Jeff and them kept lying. Renee kept lying. But employees and stockers believed in me. But your management is the problem. The Gnostics is out of black and white manager, but you throw stones. But you can sit up there with Joe Biden and sit up there. You tell the truth. You be honest with yourself. When God said to speak, see me, Mirza's baby mama, we cool. And when she happened at nighttime, she asked me what was wrong. When something, we've been friends for a long time, but something was wrong with me, something was wrong with her. She left off the store and left. Because your behavior from your employee. Tell Raymond, because I cut Raymond. Why Raymond called me after what he said in the movie theaters? After what he said, why he called me? I told you he's going to be held accountable for your actions, right? For his action, right? Why he called me last year and talking about, please don't make me lose my job? His words are what he said in the movie theaters, right? Tell him to tell the truth. I'm not out to deal with all of that in there. Because God said we do it as civil rights and we deal with that and not deal with arguments. Because once my justice hit for what y'all done did, we can work together or we can work together. But one employee, one liar from 2 employees, why you hire me back? Let's tell you why you hire me back. You didn't even want to hire me back after I laid 8 times. You know what you say to me? We going to get to the bottom of this right now. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. We're going to get to the... I want Joe Biden to hear me. You sitting up there. I want Joe Biden to hear me. What you said to me? What that conversation we had together on that phone? We're going to get to the bottom of this right now, right? So the difference is you made a mistake then and you're making a mistake now. So and when I go back to that courtroom, how we going to... I'm going to have my credential? Is we going to have a bad say Walmart CEO and get on the job? How you going to handle this behavior? Because one person and your employees at this local store, they can't speak for everybody around the world. They can't speak for the people at Instagram. They can't speak for other people. So how you going to handle this situation? We know what we signed. Walmart allowed to use my idea. We know what we signed. So the difference between it, how we can handle this together moving forward. I always been a business person. How can we handle this together moving forward? How can we handle this together moving forward in the positive direction, not in the negative direction? God and Jesus say, is you with me or you going to be against it? But everybody playing trickery in the community and your workers still cross. That's why I'm not even doing nothing. And she coughing saying bullshit. So she calling the police misbehaving themselves. And you know what I did when I saw that police officer mindset? I went home and went to civil rights and I called the police and I told she started it. How you want to handle this situation? But you allow, Grizz was happy. Why Grizz left? Tell me, Miller. Tell Charles why Grizz left. Tell Yvonne and the rest of them at 1260 why Grizz left. You know, Grizz helped me every night when they was treating me bad, when Charles and those black employees, managers, Anthony and them. You know what Grizz did? He would take the forklift and he would come and push the car. He said, Hubert, I don't like the way this is going with them. You know what Grizz told me when I left Walmart, when he left to move to Oklahoma? You know what he said? When I was on the going to DFW job and I was talking to the people from South Dallas and they worked at DFW, Hubert, I'm happy that you left. That was his last words to me. That was his last words. You see, even Grizz say, I don't worry about that badge and I don't talk about that. Hey, you know, I want you to look on your computer every time the claim truck came from Walmart. And he gave me a badge without a CBL. And he said, Hubert, put the key in the ignition. And every morning we worked in that thing. Every morning We worked. But grace is the problem. You know what Russell told me when I came in there? Thanks for setting this problem with us, that you can start earning some real bread with us. But Charles didn't want that. Ask him why he walked away when I tried to shake his hand as a racist man. Him and Anthony and them, tell him to do that. Tell him, you sit in front of them, you sit in front of Joe Biden right now. Tell him every time, but Russell can be a man and admit, and Russell can have some respect, but Charles' behavior. But Russell can shake my hand and say, Hubert, thanks for settling this problem with us. You can start earning some bread with us. That what Russell told me in 2019, 2021, 22, right? But why won't one man want to walk away as a coward? And Renee and Jeff and Steve lies. I want to tell Donald Trump, your community will accept that. The accident that's been happening, they've been trying me. And I told Joe Biden that accident that happened in that car, he was going to pay for it. And I did. I saw her put her body on that foot breaker. Don't play with your community. Racism trying me. Your community, Joe Biden, trying me. They are doing things they should not be doing. And God said they're going to pay for it. They're trying to break the mindset and trying to do things and play with it. It's going to get them in trouble. The whole community going to get... Don't lie when we get back in that courtroom, Governor Abbott. The stubborn, lying, racial behavior from your black and white people. And tell Ms. West, God don't need you. God don't need a state attorney that like to lie and Trump that this, because God see the spirit. He see the mindset of you. But the black people, because their own opinion, will try to ruin that. We ain't the same. They will try to destroy that. And they're doing it again. They're doing it. Tell the hospital workers that antagonate them at Baylor Sky Hospital. Tell them to lose their job. Tell them, Joe Biden, when the time comes, they're going to have to find them another job and lose their job at that hospital. Tell them don't delay. Their kids watching the house, that they jealous ass teenagers watching the house. Tell them when the time comes, God say, but I ask for you and your senator's life with the Supreme Court. But don't keep them in that jailhouse, Senator Ted. All 100 of them deserve to die. Don't keep the jail run and tell somebody to have jail in life because you want to keep your jail. Hatred and lie deserve to die. And I'm sorry for that. They don't deserve to eat. They don't deserve that. They don't deserve those things. You know about Yellow Breezy, and you know about those kids in that mall, and you steadily let it happen. But let me tell you, when you let that happen, and if they keep attacking and trying to break the mindset, I'm going to take care of you. Everybody not going to have a job. A president can't abuse his power too by law. And he can be removed or put to death just the same as everybody else. If that's the case. If that's the case, y'all make the rules. Can you stand by those rules? They will not sit up in that jail, Joe Biden. Dylan Miller, they would not sit up in that jail. None of these kids in Dallas and Oak Cliff and Fort Worth would not sit in that jail. I don't care if 100 gotta die. I don't care if it's next year. I don't care if I'm in New York. They still don't have to be put to death. I'm warning them. I'm warning everybody involved. They fight for this for money. I gotta have money to live. It's the money to grow and live. So can we do this together? When I become a Walmart CEO in Arkansas, I want to build a house. I'm going to let Walmart pay for my school. So can we do this together? Come on. I've been a business person since 14 and 15. I've been going to jobs. My manager asked me if I wanted to come back just not too long ago when I was over there with somebody. I've been a business person. I've been going to colleges. Before they got over there by Creekview High School in Carrollton, Texas, before they had a Walmart, they had an Albertsons. And I've been going to a lot of job fairs since 14, 15 years old. But Dylan Miller act like they know me and Governor Abbott don't know. I've been a business person, going to college, going to thrift stores, going to elementary schools. We do a lot of non-county, and I'm not going to let somebody ruin me. My teachers took me to Job Corps and believed in me, but the lying black man in Job Corps wanted to lie for something. We understand where you coming from, but we can't. Hey, tell that black man at Job Corps, heck him. Is a man at Kroger's that didn't want to hire me. He judged me on my handwriting. Hey, you let me back every time, Walmart. When Kroger's doubted me, and he came in the business and intimidated me. Can we do this together when Kroger doubted me? You let me back each time. God said, let's do this together while they lie. Well, black narcissists have an opinion. I know why I'm going through my court situation. I got to abide by the rules into my court situation. And so whatever employee I know to go to civil rights, step outside the store and call the police officers if any other opinion is being made, and go to the civil rights. So I know I got to follow the rules by a citizen. Joe Biden, Donald Trump, all ticket to work program and do it, fill out the application. They don't do nothing. They don't sit in there. This, by me be over the disability department, we will hire more people to do more jobs and do more things. And to help people out with CBL, to sit with them. 8 other people go to regional stores and help disability out. Once their kids close out, they will go still help people out with CBL. They will still report to Social Security and do everything. There's a reason why you and Trump got together, right? Let's do this together. I got to stay safe and I got to stay positive. And I have to stay positive. I got to stay out the way. It's not about proving that I'm tough. So, one thing, I'm not trying to argue with people. I'm not trying to do none of those things. I'm not trying to do it. Sometimes some people want some peace and understanding and not the drama out there. So, Goyard and Yellow Breeze are telling me I'm scared. I don't care. You trying to mess up my investment. You trying to mess up things that what God trying to make me do. And you trying to make it up. You trying to mess up things for what God trying to make me do. And the White House should be getting a civil rights thing. You sitting up with them. Don't let one person's opinion determine the outcome of others. We ain't going to let that happen. So, they mad because I don't have anger. They mad because I ain't bitter with anger in this. And y'all got to know about my spiritual understanding. When I'm in a relationship, my mind is closed off to a lot of people. My woman is the only thing that's dancing through me. I'm cutting off physically and mentally. My woman is the only thing that's dancing through my eyes. That's why me and a person got a song called Me and You Against the World. A song, everybody said about a female singer. So I'm not worried about because I think you didn't deserve it. And if you want to be honest, I think you didn't deserve it. So I cut myself off from you. I think you didn't deserve it. My woman is the only thing that deserves everything from me. So I can be very hard with people. I can make it very uncomfortable with people when it comes to spiritual loyalty of your woman. So I can make it spiritual loyalty. You cut off certain point. Right? But we're not going to talk about that. Right? So every day, we already exposed the customers' behavior in those situations at this store and how they was looking down as a black hatred liar they is. At a register, misbehaving himself. So can we do this together? And I want to tell this community, I don't think I'm better than nobody. But when it comes to fight for what I believe in, so well be it then. Like JoJo, it's too late. You get mad at me, you don't fight. I always fought. But I tried to make you hear me. You didn't want to hear me. You did not want to hear me. You didn't want to, So So why should I argue with them? They want me. They want anger. That's what they want. They want anger. They want bitterness. They want me to lose my cool, for they can get it. Of a black man in community that's got jealousy and behavior. They want me to lose my cool. That's what they want. Go yachting them pitiful rappers and Dallas and Yellow Breeze. I was incompetent because I once said I was a Walmart. I'm not gonna argue with people. I'm not gonna argue with them. I'm not gonna argue with them at all. So God said, Russell told me, Russell, I hope Russell hear this. Russell, you said you could start earning this own bread with us, Russell. How many times I came back to Walmart when you asked me to come back at night when I'm just not working there no more? And I stand at Walmart in the apartment and you asked me to come back. So the situation is this. I'm not with the drama with them. And I'm not with the problem. I've been a business person since I was a teen. And it's sad that people don't know me in Dallas. Come on. So allow them to say what they want. And you know what Jessica told me? I'm thinking about, you know what she told me? She said, Hubert, sometimes you got to kill people with kindness and not with hatred. Me and her, just because me and her had a few bad problems, that don't mean nothing. So allow God to just keep moving forward and keep being positive and Jesus and everybody else. And most of my exes, except for Felicia and Shelly behavior and all the rest of them, we all wanted more in our relationship, but our parents didn't want to give it. So I'm not concerned about what other people are doing. Like a family reunion, our relationship did not, on Netflix, that didn't happen like that, and you think it did. Sabina dad was more patient with me, and Sabina dad and mom. So Sabina dad and mom was more patient with me and everything. We didn't argue over a factor of music. We didn't family and sister. We didn't argue. That concept you're trying to throw there like that. That's not how they tradition is way better. And even Mirza even said that before we got into an argument, said we're gonna have to stop hanging out with each other for a while. So I'm not worried about that. Me and Mirza always get into me and Patrick, we always get into an argument with each other. So the courtroom behavior was wrong. It's about if you're gonna give me Judge Kennedy's job, if you're gonna give me the prosecutor's job, if you're gonna do what's right and not what was wrong. They're not going to sit up there, guys. They can forget that all of them involved in Judge Kennedy courtroom. They not go. You know why they started acting up when I said I was a Walmart CEO? We got to let this play on court because it's about the mind games. It's all about mind games, playing with the mindsets. It's about playing with the mindsets. You know, it's about playing with the mindsets. So I would have, right now, Dylan Miller got to check his employees. They got to do it. So I'm not allowed to do it until I get back in to my court situation. So Dylan Miller, I hope that you talking to what the employees did at 299. She did something. She know what she was doing. So I hope that you can talk to them. And I got to leave that up to y'all. You in a position to talk to your employees and put them in a place. So I hope, because the behavior is not changing. So I just hope and the guy at the entrance, he said, he talked about, oh, watch what you're doing. You're acting up in the spirit. How I'm supposed to work? And he said, you could become a Walmart worker. Look how they acting. So, and it's different from, I can't let one lady at a corporate office with one behavior, well, her mindset affect all the other workers around the world. That's bad. You can't let a few people affect those things and do that. And when they started, and tell me what Judge Kennedy started doing. When they found out, I told her, but because of my religion, and I once said I was a Walmart CEO, a couple of days after they found out, she started cussing. Everybody in that courtroom, Joe Biden, Judge Kennedy and the prosecutors need to lose their job. When I showed her letter, she showed no remorse. God said, when the time comes, when I step back in that courtroom, can you do what needs to be done? Can you give me the prosecutor and Judge Kennedy job? Can you do what needs to be done? God said. God bless America, and God bless America, and God bless all of us. Can you do what needs to be done? Can you do what needs to be done? Nobody in that job should be standing. Nobody in that courtroom should be standing. Nobody in that courtroom should be standing. The prosecutor should lose their job. Nobody in that courtroom should be standing. Nobody in that courtroom should be standing. So I hope that we can handle this respectfully. No tricks, no game, Donald Trump. All of y'all in that courtroom, Senator Ted. I know this project gonna affect everybody. That's why I see 50 Cent building something. So I know my behavior is gonna affect, and you talking about give it time, that's gonna affect the whole America in the music industry. So let's handle this in a direct way. But Dallas still behaving kids. I want the Yellow Breeze pushed it. So let this play out in court. Yellow Breeze, they was in that mall, or don't lie. I should not have to go to court. I should not have to testify. When I step back in that courtroom, that judge should tell me, Hubert, justice, and still do business with each other. Nobody don't got time for that. Yellow Breeze want to tamper with stuff, and the community want to tamper with things. They need to stop. When I go up in Walmart, we still gotta show each other the same respect. Order. I don't think I'm better than nobody. I want to tell this customer. I want them to hear me in my community. I don't think I'm better than nobody. I grew up when we go to school, when we have challenges, and we go to job sites, we go to elementary school, we go to businesses, we go to things. So God's saying, how are we going to handle this? Is it going to be more lies in the courtroom? Is it going to be more dishonesty? Because Ms. West was antagonizing. Is it going to be more dishonesty coming from that courtroom in Dallas? I want to know what's going to happen. God said, I want to know what's going to happen. This guy, I don't got no problem. I don't got no problem with it, but I'm not going to allow them, Yellow Breeze, to lie anymore. Tell them to stay away from me, him and them kids. So God said, can we just stay focused and stay determined? Because my teachers taught me real well. And family, I don't got time for it. So I hope everything can be right with us, and everything can we can handle this. God said we can handle this calmly. But people don't think God talking about sins and the spiritual behavior, and God sent me to do a job. Stop saying sin, because God didn't die for our sins. You was a coward to fight for him. You was too scared to fight. He died because you was a coward. They didn't believe in God. They didn't believe in the spirit. God said you cannot have my body, but you can have my spirit. And that's something you have to understand. When God and Jesus say you cannot have my body, but you can have my spirit. God and Jesus do not have value. God and Jesus do not have value. You know why God and Jesus do not have value? Because he is a mystery. Guys, the Bible is able for us to learn, not do what they say, is to learn from it, to learn from the past mistakes, to learn from it, to learn from the past mistakes that we made. It's to talk about that when Moses' brother laughed, when he said, let my people go, God had to show in different ways. Just because God don't talk to us from other, he can impact our dreams, he can impact the things that we do. And it's how we handle every situation different in our life. And that's why we have dreams. It's how we handle it. It's to learn. I was able to, guys, I told you about this dream that I had. It's like a globe. It had a globe. It had a cross on it. It stood in front of everybody though. And I don't care if they was in Bethlehem, Muslim, it was around the world, and had a globe. It was 1,000 globes, and it stood in front of every. I don't care if you was in a house or apartment. Yes, I would. My name is Hubert, HubertSellers Jr. Hubert J. It stood in front of everybody. It was a cross, and when I was able to see, it was standing in front of everybody. It was a globe, but it had a cross symbol on the globe. And it just wasn't one globe. It was 1,000 of them standing in front of each person's house. And went to Walmart and went to each person's business. It was in Russia. It was around the world. And the different spiritual reaction when you saw your loved ones. Y'all wasn't allowed to talk about the heavens. You was allowed to ask any questions. But the globe had a cross on it, a cross symbol on the globe. But it stood in front of everybody door, and everybody door. But everybody reactions was different, spiritual reaction, like running in fear. Your spiritual reaction when you see something unknowable. One guy in the car and one girl like bam, 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 and I was seeing Muslims. And I was like, damn. I was like, I have dreamed that I was in China, and people was like freaking out, like literally freaking out, in a way like freaking the heck out. But you was only allowed to use certain things. You wasn't allowed to speak about the heavens. You was only allowed to ask questions. But it had a cross on the globe, a symbol on the globe, and it was big, and it was 1,000 of it. And it had a symbol on it. So it was amazing, and everybody started freaking out. You should have saw what I dreamed about. I was with some Muslims, and I was dreaming, and everybody had a different spiritual reaction. I dreamed that I was in Iraq and Muslim and India and all the other places, and I saw everybody. You know, God said that, and Jesus said, I sit 1,000 feet away from my gates. I got an angel on the left and an angel on the right. And there's 20 of you humans standing by my gates while you're alive. And y'all standing. God said, I don't need to move you. But God said, I see out of my angels. I see out of my disciples and my angels. God said, I see out of them. Even though y'all think he's sleeping. God and Jesus said also, he tell your loved ones he's sleeping in his heaven. And y'all just watching him, but his spirit have left his heavens. God can tell you something. Jesus can tell you. God and Jesus can tell you he can go to sleep, but you don't know that his spirit have left the heavens. And he don't know those things in a situation. Orion says something about God and Jesus put everybody, God and Jesus sent everybody on a mission while he attacked his mission. But God wanted to get they were scared to stand for him. They didn't believe in a God. They didn't believe, nowadays, the numbers are more powerful. The numbers are more powerful. Our graders, we have changed so much. And the numbers are more powerful. So we just gotta stay positive and let me tell you something. I don't need to force a woman. I ain't never forced anybody. If a woman can't tell me what she wants and she want to talk to me and want to do, I never. So without that deceiving stuff that's going on in my community, the deception out the women, baby, don't do that. That's not right. I see your mindset and I see your spirit. And I see him passing through in the car. When God told Moses to tell his people to paint the wall with blood, he knew the non-believer was going to be amongst the believers. I see your spirit. I feel your presence. Even with my head down, I feel your presence. I see your tendency in your spirit. So, Donald Trump, when you had that protective services out there, I was talking about that Martin Luther King. Come on, all of y'all. Y'all know. Tell that protective service in 22 that came out there and intimidated me. He know what he did. And that's why I gave the FBI the center. and the Capitol Hill Police is my account. Oh, I made sure I had it. I knew Donald Trump was going to hide documents. So I had to make sure. I already know what Donald Trump was doing to protect his investment. So I already know what he was doing. So I made sure I had a backup plan and gave the Capitol Hill Police my account. So why are they trying to destroy and lie and Dallas trying to be? I didn't already want the people. Can we just stay positive? I read this magazine, and this magazine said you're gonna have a bad day, but as long as you still carry out with a good day. And sometimes you gotta carry it out. You wake up another day, right? You wake up, you have another day, right? And sometimes you're gonna go. I told my stepdaddy, the devil want us to not get along, and that's gonna be the crucial thing. The outside world, everybody have their differences. You have your different family, but you can't let that devil get to you. I had texted him after I got out of church in the city, and I was reading church in the city. After I got church in the city, I read some Bible verses that I was just picking up, and I was texting them to my mom out there on my phone, and people that were reading Bible verses in church in the city. So I was like actually going like picking up. I'm listening to what they say, but I'm actually picking up different Bible verses and different things and different stuff and chapters and talks about old covenants ways and things. So it talks about those things. So I don't just be on my phone. I be reading church Bible script, different churches Bible scripts, because I've been trying to figure out things and the keys. I got challenges, but I still know how to work them out. I'm still working on things. So I want things to work out in August. So when I get a house built and like just be around some positive, not with the drama. And have some friends that love the counters, that love charm, that love Power Rangers. And we gonna have out that learn local love. Shout out to Local Love. I don't know where y'all at. Local Love. The movie Local Love. Y'all deserve y'all deserve an award. Y'all, everybody that played in Local Love with the Borders, y'all deserve an award. The whole cast members. Y'all did a great job. Everybody did a great job in the movie. Y'all showed it was a positive movie. It didn't matter about, but a few people didn't like it. The mindset didn't like it. So everybody that did a great job in Local Love with this great. So this keep things going. Just keep things going and stay positive, because the positive impact can be the greatest thing of them all. The positive impact. So you have to think positive, even though they're giving me a runaround. The FBI, and they know I know. It's about how long you gonna play stupid. The Justice Department, all the rest of y'all. It's about all of y'all, how long y'all gonna play stupid. That's what it ain't. But I got the civil rights devotion. So I'm not gonna argue with them. So the more they try to play with my mindset, the more we got the civil rights devotion, Department of Justice, trying to play with my mindset, trying to argue with me, trying to break the mindsets with intimidation, aggressiveness. It's going to get you in trouble. It's really going to get you aggressive, spiritual aggression, mindset of intimidation. Using your spirit or your mindset is going to get you. So be very truthful in your communication and how you behave yourself. So if a woman can't tell me what they want, you can't deceive. So everything they want me with anger. Sometimes a person says something. Sometimes you got to get out of character with people. I'm going to get out of spiritual word character, but I'm going to stay in spiritual body character. My body going to still change. Your behavior of your mind and your spirit is something that, so they know the body, and they started cussing in that courtroom. And I want Joe Biden to hear me real well. To hear me. When she had that letter, and she looked at that letter when I carried out, when that detective carried me out that courtroom, she showed no remorse. Judge Kennedy, I promise you, you're going to regret your decision and your lies that you stand for. Because I heard y'all cussing. I heard you cussing when you found out the truth. So when the time comes, Judge Kennedy, for you to be arrested, and every state attorney to be involved, and prosecutors, lose your job. Tell that new judge, please don't do that, man. When dishonesty been given by Judge Kennedy and the prosecutors, and they let these jealous teenagers do what they